I would like to call to order this board meeting of the Independent School District, School Board of Independent School District 624. I would ask the clerk to please call the roll.
Newmaster, present. Strife-OG.
Aye. Here.
Arcan.
Here.
Beloit.
Here.
Daniels. Here. Ellison.
Here.
Thompson, absent.
Thank you. I would ask everyone to please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We have before us an agenda. I would ask for a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved.
A motion by Ms. Beloit and a second.
Second.
Second by Dr. Arcand. Any discussion? All in favor of approving the agenda, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. And we have an agenda. We also have before us a consent agenda, which is the various items that come before us monthly, including donations from our community. And as always, our community is so gracious and generous in the way that they contribute to our schools, students, and teachers. So thank you. I would ask for a motion to approve the consent agenda.
So moved.
A motion by Ms. Daniels and a second.
Second.
Second by Ms. Strife-OG. Any discussion or questions? Being none, this will require a roll call vote. I would ask the clerk to please call the roll.
Newmaster, aye. Strife-OG.
Aye.
Arcan.
Aye.
Beloit.
Aye.
Daniels.
Aye.
Ellison.
Aye. And the motion passes. We have a consent agenda. It is now time for the public forum portion of the meeting. There was one request submitted to speak. Public forum allows for 3 minutes per speaker. With 1 minute remaining, an orange card will be held up as Vice Chair Arcand will be timing. At 30 seconds remaining, yellow card will be held up, and then at the end of time, the red card will be held up, and at the end of the 3 minutes, the gavel will be tapped. Speakers will be called to the microphone and recognized one at a time. Only those individuals who have been recognized will be allowed to speak. School district policy and data privacy laws preclude personnel and student matters or data from being discussed publicly. Informational item C1, student recognition. Dr. Kazmierczak.
All right, thank you, Chair Ellison, members of the board. Tonight we celebrate White Bear Lake area schools for students for state-level honors. This month's video honors students who represented the district as AP Scholars, National Merit semifinalists, and National College Board honorees. Well done, students, and thank you to the staff and family members who supported the students along the way. Go Bears and roll the video.
Great, thank you. Congratulations, students. Now we'll move into our superintendent and student report.
All right,
So,
student liaison.
Ms. Ann Cook?
Right ahead.
Last week, we celebrated White Bear Lake homecoming. Although we faced a loss against the Ponies, Bears were in high spirits with orange and black reaching every corner of the football field. In addition, an Eras Tour theme was celebrated at the homecoming dance Saturday, October 7th. This is National School Lunch Week, so make sure to give a thanks to your nutrition team at your school. Some upcoming events include varsity volleyball tomorrow at 7 p.m. in Forest Lake, girls varsity soccer section quarterfinals Wednesday, October 11th, 5 p.m. at North Campus, and boys varsity soccer section quarterfinals 7 p.m. at East Ridge. We will also have MEA from October 18th to 23rd. Go Bears!
Great, thank you, Ms. Van Cook.
Thanks, Ari.
Dr. Kazmierczak?
All right, thank you, Chair Ellison, members of the board. Students throughout the district participated in special hands-on lessons created by our district's Indian Education Program Coordinator in observance of Indigenous Peoples Day on Monday, today. The lessons were similar in nature, but were tailored to fit the needs of students at different educational levels. All right, White Bear Lake Area High School has been named a silver member of the 2023 Advanced Placement School Honor Roll, which recognizes schools for an AP program that is delivering results and broadening access for students. Schools can earn the honor roll recognition annually based on their ability to increase their school's college-going culture, provide opportunities for students to earn college credit, and maximize college readiness. The Rotary Club of White Bear Lake is partnering with the White Bear Lake area schools and Matamidi schools to increase awareness and training of naloxone as a life-saving measure through a workshop to be administered via Zoom from 6:30 to 7:45 on Tuesday, October 24th. Attendees will have access to receive a free naloxone kit by scanning a QR code at the end of the presentation. White Bear and Matamidi residents are asked to register for the virtual event at matamidi.ce.eleyo.com. We continue to hire for a variety of positions, offering school day and out-of-school time hours and full and part-time options. Check out the employment page of our district website and find ways you can join us as a bear. Two areas we are focused on filling are bus drivers and extended day childcare team members. And last but not least, I want to provide a short update on Price Field, which was completed late last week. The original grass was replaced with a new turf field to allow for multiple activities and teams to use the playing surface. Turning the field to run north-south parallel with Bald Eagle Avenue created enough space to add an 8-lane running track around the field, something that was not possible with the original field. And the distinctive bear paw at the center field mirrors the field at the new White Bear Lake Area High School Stadium. Bleachers installed on the east side of the field will serve both home and away spectators. And it was exciting to see students use the newly renovated space today for the first time. So I believe that picture was taken just a few hours ago.
Thank you. Any questions for Dr. Kazmierczak or Ms. Van Cook? Great. Thank you very much. We'll move into our discussion items. We have just one, discussion item D1, the first reading of school board policies. Our process here is to read the school board policies for the first time after they have gone through the policy committee. We will read them here, offer any edits or suggestions, and then they will come before us on the November 13th board meeting for a second reading and approval. So the policies that are coming before us tonight are 412, 496, 497, 521, and 807. Board members, I ask that if you have any edits or suggestions, to please tell us the number of the school board policy and the page in the packet so we can follow along. Any questions or comments about any of the policies?
I just have one question.
Dr. Arcand.
For the faculty and staff dress and appearance, did we not make any changes?
Could you tell me what page we're on?
I can't. I'm like 496 here. I'm looking. I just didn't
It's
notice any-
entirely possible.
Okay.
Sometimes in the policy committee, it can be an annual review, or it can be a policy that doesn't have any substantive changes from the Minnesota School Board Association. And so if you don't see any changes, that's likely the case that there were none.
I wanted to make sure I wasn't missing something. Thank
No,
you.
I appreciate that. Thank you for clarifying. Any other comments or questions? All right. So these policies will come before us again for a second reading next month. We'll move into our operational items. Operational item E1, action on bid for the South Campus Mechanical and Accessibility LTFM package for the total amount of $12,561,067. Mr. Wald.
Thank you, Chair Ellison, members of the board, Dr. Kazmierczak. The final phase of the projects at South Campus, which will include HVAC and accessibility enhancements at what will become Mariner Middle School in less than a year, was recently up for bid. These are all LTFM projects rather than bond projects. The bids came in at $12,561,067, which is about approximately $1.4 million below budget on this project. We're pretty happy with that. The recommendation to the board is to accept the overall bid for the South Campus Mechanical and Accessibility Package as presented in the amount of $12,561,067.
You've heard the recommended action. Could I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
A motion by Ms. Beloit and a second?
Second.
A second by Ms. Strife-Oji. Any questions for Mr. Wald? Ms. Daniels?
In looking at, so you bid all these separate parts, they all get bid separately, right? I mean, then that's the cumulative bid for all the sections.
Each work scope bid separately.
Right.
And they were particularly competitive for mechanical and electrical. And we're seeing bids enter a more competitive phase again for the last year or so. They've been less competitive, and we've seen bids a little higher than we had seen before that. And now they're getting pretty competitive again, so we're very pleased with that.
Various bids, I guess.
I will complete the HVAC enhancements at South Campus. It'll be, all domestic plumbing will be replaced at South Campus. That's getting to be an old building now. Electrical improvements, ADA improvements. So it'll be great. Before the middle school moves in, they'll have a terrific facility.
Any other questions? Right, and you said 1.4 million below?
Correct.
Great. All right, seeing no other questions, this will require a roll call vote. I would ask the clerk to please call the roll.
Newmaster? Aye. Strife-Oji?
Aye.
Arcand?
Aye.
Beloit?
Aye.
Daniels?
Aye.
Ellison?
Aye. And the motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next operational item, E2, action on bid for Central Middle School Technology Update Package in the amount of $272,325.40. Mr. Wald.
When we do these bid approvals, I just want to acknowledge that they go fairly quickly in a board meeting, but there's a great deal of work that went into this through our construction management firm, Crouse Anderson, but also our staff who spend a lot of time at the hours working through each project. And I'd like to acknowledge Dan Rozier, our Director of Building Operations, and Kevin Klecker, our project manager, for overseeing the details of these projects so expertly. So we're very happy. When we do have projects like this one, which are technology update, that goes through a user group process, and so we get lots of input from staff before decisions are made on things like technology updates. So last spring, the board approved the bids for the new construction at Central Middle School, and you can see the gym addition from the Bald Eagle side. If you look for new construction occurring from the Bald Eagle side, that is the Central Middle School gym addition, which will also be a storm shelter. You also see, where was I going to go with that next? So the next phase of this is renovations and technology upgrades. And so Steve Asper and our technology team has been working with staff to identify technology upgrades for Central Middle School that will be consistent with technology upgrades at our other buildings. We use best value bidding process. Through state statute, we're allowed to use an alternative bidding process called Best Value, and it allows us to look at things other than just price, although that is a key part of it. We can also look at things like the resume of the contractor who's put in a bid. Have they completed similar projects successfully? What type or how qualified is their work team? And so each contractor puts in a bid, and we take the bids and interview each of the contractors, and then there's a scoring process that goes with Best Value bidding. So it assures that when you get a more complex project, like the technology installation can be very complex, and you want to make sure you have a contractor who's very skilled at doing that and we can work effectively with. And so we're pleased that Muska Electric won this bid in the amount of $272,325.40. And so our recommendation is that the board approve the overall bid for the Central Middle School Technology Update Package as presented to Muska Electric Company in the amount of $272,325.40.
You've heard the recommended action. Could I get a motion to approve? Motion by Ms. Daniels and a second? Second by Ms. Beloit. Any further comments or questions? Ms. Daniels.
Does that include this section of the school that will become Central Middle School? So they're doing this part with the district offices here too? at the
That's
same
true,
time? Okay.
yes. Yeah. That'll be the final phase of the renovations here for Central Middle School.
Okay, great, thanks.
Further questions? All right, thank you. I appreciate the additional explanation, Mr. Wald, because we do get all of the charts in our board packet, which we all review, but I think it's important to acknowledge the amount of work that's behind all of those charts. So I'm grateful for you and all of the staff. We have a first and second on the table. This will require a roll call vote. I would ask the clerk to please call the roll.
Newmaster? Aye. Stryfoji?
Aye.
Arcand?
Aye.
Beloit?
Aye.
Daniels? Aye. Ellison?
Aye. And the motion passes. Thank you.
Right, thank you.
We will move into operational item E3, action on 2024 medical and dental insurance rates. Mr. Mons.
Good evening, members of the board and Dr. Kazmierczak. Tonight we are asking for an approval of new rates for both our health and dental insurance plans. We actually just finished our insurance committee meeting at 5 o'clock this evening here. And so our recommendation is to look at an 8% increase on the health insurance premiums and a 2% increase on the dental insurance premiums. You can see in the memo that I noted it. However, I just wanted to take a moment to say, although 8% is higher than we've seen in the last couple of years here, that is substantially below medical trend, which has been even higher than usual. We would usually expect that to come in around 10%. We're seeing substantially higher rate increases around the metro area and throughout the state at this time. And so with that, I make the recommendation.
You've heard the recommended action. Could I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
A motion by Ms. Daniels and a second.
Second.
Second by Ms. Stryfoji. Any questions or comments for Mr. Mons? Ms. Beloit.
I'm just wondering, can you explain what the difference is between the metro area around us and why ours are different, the rates? The difference in the rates?
I would say for one thing, it has been tremendously beneficial for the district to be self-insured with our health care plans. So we've taken a number of steps on an annual basis to make sure that we're being as smart as we can be and to look at plan design changes that will hopefully have a minimal impact on participants, but a big impact on plan rates. So I would say that we engage in more of that conversation than most other districts around us, for sure. Our insurance committee is very on top of it and very eager to look for opportunities to do things a little better, a little bit smarter. And so that's been greatly appreciated. It's a really collaborative group. So in the last year here, for instance, we've implemented at least 3 new plan design ideas aimed at driving down prescription care costs, et cetera. So, we just take every opportunity that we can to really work hard on that.
What's the makeup of the committee?
The makeup of the committee, there's a representative from all of our collectively bargained groups. We do work with consultants in that field. So they're there to participate as well, make sure that we're well informed. And then Ms. Johnson, Mr. Wald, myself, and Cindy Gustafson represent the district's interest there.
We've been self-insured for 6 years?
I think a little longer.
A little longer?
Yep.
Okay. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Dr. Newmaster.
I'm just wondering, as prices go up on everything, how much of the difference is paid as a district benefit and how much is carried percentage-wise or amount-wise for the individual who carries single or family?
Sure. So that just completely depends on which group you're in as well and how different groups have prioritized that. So in the last couple of years, for instance, we've had groups that have prioritized salary over health insurance. We've had groups that have prioritized health insurance over salary. So it really depends where that falls. It also depends significantly on which plan design you've chosen as well. So there's not a real easy answer to get into there. I would say, if I had to just throw a number out, we're well over 80%, certainly, in terms of the district covering those contributions.
That's the kind of guesstimate I wondered. If you were someone thinking about working for White Bear, you'd want to know what percent of my health care coverage am I going to be responsible for and what part is a benefit that I'll appreciate when I work for White Bear.
Yep.
That's how we can tell them.
Absolutely.
Dr. Kazmierczak.
Do you want to just mention dental quick?
Yes.
It's part of the resolution.
Of the resolution. I think I did, but it's a 2% increase. Yeah, no, I appreciate it, on the dental side there. And that tends not to change as drastically as it does on the medical side because the claims experience is relatively consistent.
Any further questions? We'll require a roll call vote. So I would ask the clerk to please call the roll.
Newmaster? Aye. Stryfoji?
Aye.
Arcan?
Aye.
Beloit?
Aye.
Daniels?
Aye.
Ellison?
Aye. And the motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you.
And we'll move into our last operational item, E1, action on property purchase agreement. Dr. Kazmierczak.
I think we'll just
And
hand it off to
Mr.
Tim,
Wald.
yeah.
Thank you, Chair Ellison. Pending school board approval tonight, we've entered into a purchase agreement to purchase a property adjacent to Central Middle School, the 8th and Bloom. We have a large green space just north of 8th Street on Bloom, and this property allows us to square that off and create a green space that could be used as a field for middle school physical education, activities like that, as well as snow storage during the winter. So the recommendation to the board is to approve the purchase agreement for the property described as PID 1430221300035, located in the city of White Bear Lake, county of Ramsey, state of Minnesota. The board authorizes the superintendent and the assistant superintendent for finance and operations to sign all documents as necessary to acquire said property.
You've heard the recommended action. Could I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
A motion by Dr. Arcand and a second.
Second.
Second by Ms. Beloit. Any questions or discussion? Seeing none, this will require a roll call vote. I would ask the clerk to please call the roll.
Newmaster, aye. Strifoggi?
Aye.
Arcand?
Aye.
Beloit?
Aye.
Daniels?
Aye.
Ellison?
Aye, and the motion passes.
All right, thank you.
And now we'll move into our final item, Board Forum. Board Forum is an opportunity for board members to share things that are going on in the district or that are related to their specific board member duties. Does anyone have anything to offer for Board Forum? Dr. Newmaster.
I just want to publicly congratulate Community Services Senior Center at Normandy for hosting another great community building event in the Normandy parking lot. Normandy Center is a destination for hundreds each week inside, but the parking lot events are pretty special, and they're inviting destination events for the folks who maybe discovered the Senior Center for the first time, and others that just see it when they're walking by. I've participated in several of these events, and people with strollers, people, bikers, walkers, and then people that said, oh, I saw it on one of the signs that had been placed around, kind of like a massive, this was a flea market this time, but I know they did one that was an art fair associated with Manitou, and they get hundreds of people. So it's a lot of extra work, but it really brings a sense of community. And we had people that just came and chatted with all kinds of others who were standing around and shopping or checking out the food truck that was there. So congratulations to Michelle Hubbard and John Anderson and all the others that did all that extra work, because that's way beyond your normal 40-hour week. So thanks and congrats. They're fun. If you haven't gone, there's another season coming up.
Thank you. Anyone else? Ms. Daniels.
Want to say Happy Indigenous Peoples Day, honoring the sovereign tribes here in Minnesota and across the nation.
Thank you.
One thing?
Dr. Arcand.
I just want to let members from the White Bear Lake area schools know that on Friday, the Ramsey County League of Local Government will be having a session. It's called Views from a State Climatologist. So Assistant State Climatologist Pete Boulay will be online. It's a virtual meeting to talk about climate and how it's affecting our businesses and areas. And so it'll be at 7:30 till 9, and it's a great opportunity to hear some of the stats and what we're looking at. So if you're interested, let me know, and we can get you signed up and get you the link for Friday. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? I just wanted to put out a word of thanks to all the staff and students who contributed to homecoming. It's a lot of work, a lot of unseen work by staff and students alike. And from everything that I have heard and witnessed, it was really successful. Ms. Van Cook emphasized that as well. So a huge thanks to our community for making that so fun for us. With that, I would ask for a motion to adjourn.
I move to adjourn.
A motion by Dr. Arcand and a second.
Second.
Second by Ms. Daniels. All in favor of adjournment, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. And we are adjourned.
Thank you.
Thank you.